Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. This is Zanthyst with Zanthyst Gaming, and we're here in Diablo 3 once again, and we're going to be testing the blood set. This is not a stream where we are simply going to be using the cookie cutter build and going with that. This is a stream where we are going to be trying to find our own builds and experiment with new ideas. We are not copying builds off of websites or doing the quote-unquote right build. If that's what you're looking for, this is not a build guide. You might as well close it now. I hope you guys understand. We are, however, going to be trying to experiment and find out some new ideas, find out some new things, and having a little bit of fun along the way. I have not, as usual, have not done anything to try to build anything or theory craft anything off camera. I'm popping straight over from my plague build where I ended up with that. So the stuff that's on my bars probably doesn't make any sense. So let's start with that. Let's look at what we want to use. First things first, I think we should go through and make a list of all the things that use health as blood. Because our set bonuses are... Blood Rush gains the effect of every rune, so we're always going to be using Blood Rush, right? Because that's a powerful, powerful bonus. While at maximum life, your healing from skills is added to your maximum life for 45 seconds, up to 100% more. Okay, so we can double our life pool if we self-heal when we're at max health. I wonder if that applies to globes. Your life-spending abilities deal 3,300% increased damage, but cost twice as much life. So they hit really flippin' hard, but they cost double the life as they would for any other build. Your healing from skills is increased by 100%, but you also heal for double. So it's interesting, like ebb and flow balance type thing. So I think what we want to do is probably get out a notepad on my side window here and just make a list of all the abilities that cost life. So obviously we're going to have Blood Rush on there no matter what, right? Let's see, there's a Corpse Explosion rune, Final Embrace. That one costs life. Corpses pull themselves towards the nearest enemy before exploding, but Corpse Explosion now deals 2% life per corpse. So that could be a potential damage dealer for us. There's a Corpse Lance rune, which is Blood Lance. You spend 2% of your health to launch an additional lance from yourself towards the target that deals 525% weapon damage as physical. So that's an additional source of damage. Are there any particular runes that you guys want to see tested out? There's nothing on there that costs life. Revive. I believe there's one here, yeah. Oblation. Increase the damage of revived creatures by 20%, but each revived creature now costs 3% health. So I wonder if the 3,000% 3,000% damage increase is going to apply to your revived creatures, because that seems like that'd be kind of silly. Hey, how's it going, Skylar Clapp? Because if that's able to increase revives damage by 3,000% and 20% on top of that, that seems like that'd be a lot. I don't know if those would be additive, though. Command Skeletons, I don't think this one has... No, there's no health cost one there. There's no health cost one here, but Blood Golem we could use to heal us. Army of the Dead has one. Dead Storm costs 20% life and creates a torrent around you for 15,500. That seems like that could be interesting. If we could find a way to hit a cooldown reduction level to be able to do that on a regular basis, combining that with like Rathma's Shield so that it doesn't actually cost the health. If it doesn't cost the health, does it still give us the stack? So like if we have Rathma's Shield on and we pop that, does it give us the stack? It doesn't. It's a cool effect, by the way. Interesting. So if we use Rathma's Shield, it doesn't give us the effect it looks like. Interesting. So we'll have to come back and look at that in a minute. But that's unfortunate, because that would have been really awesome. Army of the Dead. Oh, shoot. Because it's already on the bars. I don't remember what it was called. It doesn't matter. Land of the Dead. There's no rune that costs life, right? No. Okay. You heal for 2% of your maximum life whenever you kill an enemy while Land of the Dead is active. That sounds pretty good. Skylar Clapp says, had a question. I'm still gearing my Necromancer. Can't get Shadow Hook to drop or craft. What's a cube item if I am currently wearing Trag'Ouls Fang? What set are you using, Skylar? Which set are you using? I would use Zanthyst Cycle, probably. Would be my answer for about any of those. Inarius? Zanthyst Cycle, probably. If you can't get Shadow Hook to drop price, Zanthyst Cycle. Bone Armor has one, as well as Sustained Flesh. Increase your life per second by 10%. And of course it does the small amount of damage that Bone Armor does. I don't think that that's going to be a viable way to do damage on a blood set, but... the healing from it is increased by 100% though, so that could be really interesting. Increasing, does that mean that our life per second is going to be increased by 100% if we use that? That'd be something to check into and find out. Because if so, that could provide enough self-healing to keep us topped off. Especially if we combine it with the draw life passive. That could be an interesting thing. There's a Bone Spirit. Bone Spirit will now charm the target for 10 seconds at the cost of 5% health. I don't think that's worth it. No. Not even going to consider that one. Of course, we have all the runes from Blood Rush. Simacro has some interesting things. There's a Blood and Bone one. Wait, all of them cost health. So anything Simacro could work. But there's one that reduced the amount... Blood Debt reduces the cost of life skills by 75%. That seems like that'd be pretty good. Or Blood and Bone, and then you get 2 of them every time you pop it. Both of those could be pretty good on a blood build. So I'm just making a list on my side window here of all the different things that cost health and do damage, and all the different things that can really heal us a lot, so that we can think of what kind of combinations we could use with the bone set. There's a healing one. Blood Spikes could heal us. It's a percentage of our total health, so that seems like that would scale really good with the blood set bonuses, because you're doubling your total health, so you have an absurd amount. So 0.5% of your total life seems like it'd be really powerful. And of course, Leech. Anything with Leech, like the one that puts the rune on the ground and does % life, that would be pretty good too for the self-healing. Hey JC, welcome back, buddy. Alright, Grim Scythe. I don't think there's any Grim Scythes that... that cost health. There's a self-healing one with Blood Scythe. Hey Kiet, how's it going, buddy? And of course, anything Scythe and Blood will heal, right? So, that's a good one. Anything there will heal us if we decide to go that route. Bloodsucker could be good because, check the ticker tape at the bottom, JC. Bloodsucker could be good because it pulls in globes. Okay. There is a Bone Spear rune, Blood Spear. That's actually the highest damage, Bone Spear. I'd be really interested in seeing if we can find something to make that work with this build. Kiet, I have 3 different streams planned for tonight. This one will probably go for about 2 hours beyond where we're at right now, 2 or 3 hours. And then I have other streams planned for tonight too, so... Life support skeletal mage. By the way, this is what I'm doing on the side window as we look at all of these. The bottom is things that heal you, the top is things that do damage. Just making a list of all the possible things so we can kind of experiment with some ideas. Death Nova, Blood Nova. There's also an interesting legendary there that can proc off of your drain life. It can proc Blood Nova off your drain life. Okay, and I think that's all of them, guys. Okay, so these are the options for what we're looking at for damage dealers. Damage dealers and life spenders. And then this is our self-healing options. JC, I said check the ticker tape at the bottom. It explains what we're doing tonight. Alright, so I would like to start off experimenting with Thy Flesh Sustained. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to de-equip our blood set's 6-piece bonus here. And I want to see if the 6-piece bonus is benefiting the life per second of bone armor life sustained. Our current life per second is 24,000. Let's just go out into Fields of Misery and get a full stack of bone armor. And see what that brings it up to without the 6-piece bonus. Or we'll just kill ourselves instantly, apparently. That's the thing. I didn't equip anything survival based, which is kind of silly.
Give it more time. I need healing.
Alright. You guys didn't see that. Alright, where are we at now? Oh, it took my bone armor away. No, it didn't. Okay, good. Now our life per second is 48,000. Now if we equip this, is it going to go up? It did not go up. We might have to recast it. Let's check. Let's check. Oops, wrong button. Wrong button. Wrong button, team.
I can't do that.
Alright, what's our life per second? 48,000. So it does not look like it doesn't look like the bone armor benefits from the 6-piece bonus. Unless we have to let it fall off all the way and then recast it. Maybe. 48,000 is what it's at. Leviathan says, reason I'm late now is I broke my pinky. Ouch, dude. Skylar Clap says, tempted to run Pestilence set while I farm Shadowhook. What is a decent GR range? Can it clear 50s? I have a set. I have a build for Pestilence that can clear 70. Skylar. So yeah, I can clear 50s easily. Yeah.
Don't you miss me?
All right.
Just a little.
Well, we just let it drop and we're gonna recheck it. All right, let's go back out there into Fields and back to Nutrisum. I need to put Cheat Death on, damn it.
I am injured.
Or just be quicker. All right, let's just put Cheat Death on. There. Let's just do that real quick.
My wounds are deep. I must heal.
Life per second's at 48,000, so it does not benefit from the 6-piece bonus. Confirmed. Okay, so the bone armor does not benefit from the 6-piece bonus, which is a bit of a bummer because that would have been really nice. That would have been really nice. Okay, well, living you learn and you get Geico, right? All right, so my first thought is, for a weapon, we should have probably Shadowhook cubed. And I'm thinking Zanthyst Cycle should be our actual weapon that we're using. Unless you guys have a better idea for a weapon. Maybe Blood type blade if we want to go with a essence strain, spirit, power. I don't remember what it's called. Power sucker, whatever. So we could go with blood type blade possibly. Funerary pick, blood drain hits 2 additional targets. That could heal us up pretty quickly. Siphon blood has a 50% chance to cast a free blood nova. That could be interesting with funerary pick, iron rose and funerary pick together, maybe. I feel like the damage from bone armor is gonna be, or from Zanthyst cycle is gonna be pretty powerful though. Probably more than the free blood nova would be. I upped my bit rate, so it's gonna take a little bit more bandwidth. Leviathan, I'm sorry. I'll drop it for the next stream. I just wanted to test this out and see how it worked. Try lowering the quality of the stream. It should be set probably by default at 1080 at 60 FPS. Try dropping it to 720 Leviathan. That should help you out. That should fix it for you. Yeah, I don't see anything else there. So either funerary pick, blood type blade, or Zanthyst cycle for main weapons. I think Zanthyst cycle is the way to go. Blood type blade could be interesting if we end up going with a blood nova build. Blood type blade is what we would use. But if we're not doing a blood nova build, then we'd want to use Zanthyst cycle, I think. So let's put on our Zanthyst cycle. Oh, it's a one-hander. I didn't realize that. That's interesting. So we could potentially use Zanthyst cycle in combination with iron rose. Or we could do it in combination with a shield in order to make it so we're less squishy. I don't know if I have any intelligence-based shields at the moment, though. I think they're all strength-based. Dexterity, strength. Yeah, it looks like they're all strength-based for my Crusader. I have not tried Smaculum with Blood Nova set yet. That sounds pretty fun, though. I think we'll try that out. I haven't tried anything yet, honestly. We're just getting started. I don't even have gems in my gear yet. I have nothing in the cube. We haven't done anything yet. We're gonna get started though. I think Traveler's Pledge set might be the way to go. Maybe Lorinal's Sunstone actually would be a good idea. What if we did a Lorinal's Sunstone? Maybe Lorinal's Sunstone and Wisdom of Kalan. And then we can drop the Traveler's Pledge. And get an offensive gem instead of a Unity. Because I think 2 defensive items would be enough to offset the cost of Unity, right? Oh, except I don't think I have any Death's Breath right now to re-roll these to get sockets, so we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that idea. My bad, team. I don't know what to put in for gems right now, so I'm going to put Stricken and Powerful. I should put Esoteric Alteration, not Powerful. Cycle doesn't affect the 3 secondary skills. Doesn't cycle only affect 3 secondary skills? Yeah. So it's only going to work if we use Bone Spear or Death Nova. But if we go Blood Spear, it's going to make Blood Spear hit like a motherfucker, you know? True, though. It does only affect the 3 secondary skills. Very true. Something to keep in mind for sure. Let's throw an Esoteric Alteration in. I don't think that if we're going with a Blood Spear build, we won't be in melee a ton, so draw life isn't really probably the best thing. Blood for blood seems like it'd be really good. Making it so our blood skills cost less life. Although if it doesn't cost us life, it doesn't give us a stack, right? Does anyone know if we have a free blood skill, does it still get the benefit of your life spending abilities thing, or no? If anyone knows that, let me know, please. I guess we can test it real quick. We just put on Landa, Dead, and Devour, right? It does? Okay. Yeah, I haven't set up my passives at all, Stefan. I agree. Alright, let's just get those globes. Okay.
I grow weak. I must heal.
I should probably set things up before I do this, huh? This is stupid.
I grow weak. My wounds have closed.
I need to get those guys out of the way so I can teleport.
I can't do that.
Alright, let's just, there we go. There's a globe. Yeah, it still gets a benefit. That was that hit for 1 trillion. Okay, cool. Let's just die, and we'll get back into town real quick. Okay, okay, Steve actually confirmed that it does. Okay, cool. Why would I want standalone, right? Because I don't have minions. Alright, we could drop Final Service for Blood. Spreading Malediction. I don't know if we're going to have curses yet, so maybe draw life in the meantime. I don't know if that's modified by your 6-piece set either. If it were, that would be pretty strong. Not really sure why they're not hitting me right now, but I'll take it. It's a lot of life regeneration. 55,000 per second. And that's without the bone armor thing that increases the life regeneration. I still don't know why they're not hitting me right now. Like, for real. There they go. I don't know what they were doing, but they're just like, let him be. Let him be. Rune for mages uses health too. Works well in a minion build. Cool. Cool. I think I'm going to try a Blood Spear build first, but then we'll probably go to a minion build. Okay. Unity, we don't need this. Let's take...
I understand I'm not for everyone.
Let's get a Decrepify on there.
Try, and you won't go back.
Help us proc our Crispin sentence a little bit more with the stun. Also gives us damage reduction from our Dainty's bindings, right? I don't know if we want Landa dead. I'd really like to find a way to make Army of the Dead work in here, but I think Samaculum is probably the best here. Blood Debt. Something like that, maybe. I don't know. We should have it offhand, huh? I don't think we have anything frost-based to give us the speed from that. I don't have an offhand that's any good for a Bone Spear build. That's actually a bummer. I just want a shield, honestly, now. But I don't have any intelligence-based shields right now. That's a bummer. Oh, there we go. Freeze or deflect. That's intelligence based. What is the cursor? It's called YOLO mouse. I can change the layout of it, like what it is. Can make it bigger or smaller. Change the color, that sort of thing. Provides better contrast for people who have eyesight problems. And I used it for my Crusader. I haven't made the build guide yet for the Pestilence thing yet, Steve. I'll show you what it is real quick though. Ignore the fact that I have pieces missing because I got upgrades, but this is the build for the plague set for Skylar. Yeah, I do have the neck piece for Simmaculum. And then in the cube we have Scythe Cycle, Requiem, Seraplate, and Unity. Try that out, Skylar, see if it works for you. I was able to clear Greater Rift 70 with 6 minutes left over. So, alright. So, yeah, we could look at using that neck piece. I think I might have to just be running some rifts, because I don't have any Death's Breath right now. And that's going to be a problem with re-rolling things. But yeah, I have that. Is that worth it? I'm not sure that that's worth it. But maybe. Maybe. I'm not very good at the blood set to be honest. I haven't played around with it very much.
Prove yourself worthy of your birthright.
So maybe I might not understand how some things work as well, so you guys will have to forgive me.
I must give it more time.
That seems kind of weak. Right? Like, that doesn't seem to be doing that much for how much life it's costing. Suppose we don't need the life from death since we don't have Army of the Dead with Devour right now, huh? So maybe grabbing Serration instead would be better? And instead blood for blood, let's grab Swift Harvesting so that our blood spikes come out quicker. And actually, I think instead of blood spikes, let's try maybe Siphon Blood? I don't know. We have Reliana's in the cube, right? So we probably want to be using a Bone Spike variant. This could give us more essence, yeah. Are you running Lorinal's Sunstone for damage reduction? I'm not. Should I be? Do you think that that's a good idea? Right now I'm running Traveler's Pledge. Part of the problem at the moment is I actually don't have any Death's Breath because of all the testing we did last night on Pestilence. I don't have any Death Breath to re-roll my Lorinals to have a socket, which is obviously an issue, right? So I decided to do a quick rift.
Defy all reason. I am injured. Give it more time. I need essence.
This doesn't seem to hit very hard, does it?
I'm losing strength. essence.
So Lorinel's Sunstone, we need to get that rolling. What else am I doing wrong here?
Not enough health.
Maybe we shouldn't be using Zanthyst Cycle because it's dropping our bone armor stacks, right?
I need aid.
Fucking shielding.
I need healing.
I had no fucking damage here, though. This is terrible. I do have Crispin's damage. I have Crispin's sentence on. I don't have anything to proc it, though, for the hard CC. So maybe we should drop the bone armor with the life regen, go to dislocation for the stun instead. Traveler's Pledge should stay, and maybe a Crispin's sentence for more damage. Lorinel keeps you alive at lower health after using blood spells. It's another option. Okay. Spreading Malediction? And then putting a curse on there? Oh, we have a curse already, actually. I feel like we don't have any big damage boost thing, and even this doesn't do very much. But we're not stacking our life up enough to... We're not stacking up our life enough. So maybe before we do anything else, we go in there and we just stack up our life. That's probably the problem. We're so squishy because we don't have enough life. Let's just stack that up real quick. What's max stacks? 100 probably? This would not work in a Greater Rift. That takes way too long to stack that up.
That needs to recharge. Healed. Not enough health. I am injured.
Yeah, I can see Lorinel's Sunstone being really good.
Not enough health.
We are not maximizing our amount of max essence actually for a Shadow Hook. We should be doing that. Just doing no fucking damage though. Alright. Simacrolum plus Shadow Hook works well. I double my damage with the Essence Rune. Trying to work on Haunted Vision Amulet. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I'm using Bone Spear, guys. Why am I not using the Bone Spear item? Why am I using Zanthyst Cycle? Team, I'm an idiot. Should be using the Bone Spear item, right? Like, really? Definitely should be doing that. And then instead of draw life, we should probably use Serration? I haven't tried any cookie cutter builds at all right now. We're just trying to experiment and find new things. We need overwhelming essence for sure, since we're using Relianos. Alright, let's go back in and see how that feels. I don't like that when you go back to town you lose all the self-healing that you've done. Oh yeah, that feels a little bit better. Having Devour with Cannibalize would probably be pretty helpful too.
My wounds are deep.
Because then we'd have a way to heal off of corpses.
Not enough health.
And that seems like it would be really good.
Closing in.
Drains 40 essence per cast. Yeah, it does. That's true. Hey, Silent Storm. How's it going? So if I run some Acrolum, there's not a place for Land of the Dead.
That needs to recharge. Give it more time. That needs to recharge. That needs to recharge.
Drop Swift Harvesting for Serration.
That needs to recharge.
It keeps telling me it needs to recharge. I don't know what he's talking about. Hey Gustav, how's it going, buddy?
I must wait.
Okay, what's going on? Let's try and cast something. There we go. What room for Simacrolum? I was going with Blood Debt. But I'm actually thinking about swapping that out for Land of the Dead. With Frozen Lands for Crispins. Let's try that. I think that's gonna work out better. We can also stack our self-healing a lot easier this way.
By all that is holy, do you see that enemy over there?
Yeah, that felt a lot better, didn't it, team? That felt a lot better. Yeah, that's fine. See how it feels when we don't have... So when we don't have a Land of Dead proc up, it doesn't feel quite as good, obviously. And it shouldn't really.
I need aid.
The first rune of Bone Strikes has a stun to proc the ring. Yeah, that's true. I was thinking about taking the self-healing one though, just for the self-healing proc that gives us. Yeah, I suppose. Oh, you know what? I need to be cursing things. I'm actually not cursing things right now. That would help a lot too. Yeah. Cursing things helps, turns out, when you're using Spreading Malediction. With landed dot up, you could use Corpse Explosion for big damage. Yeah, that would be a different build we could try. I want to try a Bloodlance build first, but we could do Corpse Explosion build or a Skeletal Mages build as well. This seems to work out pretty decent. I think the stun on the Bone Spears was a really good idea, Steve. Thank you for that. I think that was a great idea.
All must serve the cycle.
What a monstrous
Alright, cool.
creature.
Oops. I forgot I had the conduit on, my bad, team. Similar Firebirds is free life. Hey Donald, how's it going, buddy? Welcome back to the stream.
I grow weak.
I feel like this lacks the survivability I need, though. Like, I think we have to run. I think we have to run the Lornell Sunstone,
All must serve the cycle.
and we might actually run a Hellfire with another passive. Could be pretty good here. But I mean, it's doing okay-ish now. It wouldn't hold up to higher difficulties though, because I'm struggling with T13 and I shouldn't be. So we'd have to find a way to optimize this better. Maybe running Aquila Caress here wouldn't be a bad idea, because we actually seem to be at max essence most of the time. And if we're running with the Bone Spear, maybe we should be running with Zaystone of Vengeance as well to proc the ring. Because like you said, there's not too many options to proc the ring. And Zaystone of Vengeance, the stun on it procs the ring. Plus the damage for the range would be pretty good. I don't know if Stricken is really going to do anything for us anyway. So I think dropping Stricken for Zays would be better. Hellfire would mean losing Traveler's Pledge. Yeah, but if we lose Traveler's Pledge, we could grab another passive on Hellfire and get Lornell's Sunstone in there. Which I think would make up for the loss of Traveler's Pledge, I feel like.
I grow weak. My wounds are deep.
Okay. 6-piece blood. Yes, the 6-piece proc the Blood Nova, but you only have the Blood Nova on your bars. Only if you have the Blood Nova on your bars. 6-piece doesn't proc Blood Nova. 6-piece is more damage from life spending abilities. The thing that procs Blood Nova is a weapon. Oh, okay, my bad. My bad. I missed the question. Sorry. Sorry, Matthew. Oh, okay. See, I missed the second part. Not many options proc the ring. Does the Blood Nova with Siphon Blood proc off the 6-piece set? Gotcha. Yes. Sorry. I did miss the question. My bad. I see it. With cooldown reduction, Blood Rush becomes a mini health potion. Okay, so I should be using Blood Rush more. Got it.
I must heal.
So I should be doing that to heal up. Okay. Okay, so that's what I'm missing, is I'm not using the Blood Rush to heal enough. Okay. As I say, it feels like I can't use my abilities because I don't have any health. But yeah, that's why. Okay, thank you. That helps out a lot, actually. That helps out a lot. Looking for an elite here. Alright, we got some density. Let's just kill it.
The night embraces you.
I like that healing doesn't consume your stacks like it did on the beta. On the beta, when you healed from anything, it consumed your damage stacks. And that kind of sucks. So I like that they changed that. That's a good change. I'm also forgetting to curse things again, team. God, spreading malediction adds so much damage. Blood Rush also gives you armor. Death Nova with Siphon Blood in the Phylactery could be good. Yeah, I agree. I want to try that out for sure. You play hardcore, so you sacrifice DPS for survival. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's absolutely what you should be doing if you're playing hardcore, right? Alright, cool. I'm getting the hang of it slowly but surely, guys. Sorry about the learning curve here.
The night embraces you.
Yeah, I think Zaze would be a lot better here than Stricken. I am a little bit worried about killing Rift Guardians, though, in general.
Not
here.
enough health.
I don't know if we're hitting hard enough to really kill the Rift Guardians. Hey, Smells Like Let's Play. Welcome to the stream, buddy.
I need to go back.
I think I'm going to switch that. I'm going to switch Stricken for Zaze. You use Gem of Efficacious Toxin to debuff enemies with Blood Nova. That's true. I think if I were using Corpse Lance... I would use Stricken. I'm a little bit worried about the Rift Guardian damage without it, though. We could drop Esoteric and grab Bane of the Powerful and reduce our damage from elites a little. And also increase our damage total. That might be an option. Relying on corpses at Rift Guardian can be a problem. Yeah, I agree. That's why we have Bone Spikes in there to generate essence, too. In addition to Land of the Dead. Dark Reaping might not be a bad idea either. Alright. I tried using Bone Spear, but it costs 20% life. That it does. Having Devour with Cannibalize, I think, is needed when you're using Bone Spear.
My wounds not enough health.
Oh, shit. Team, I forgot to put my Cannibalize back on autocast. Mistakes were made, team. Mistakes were made.
My wounds have...
Ha! A good hit!
Alright. So Cannibalize with Devour makes it so we get our...
I need healing.
We get our stacks up super quickly for the healing thing. This feels bad. If I can't kill this goblin, it's gonna feel bad.
I am injured.
That was annoying. I don't know what I was doing wrong there, but I seem to be running low on everything.
Heal me. Not enough health.
Such a different play style. It's so hard to get used to. Hi, Stray. You being creepy again? Yep. Okay. Bone Spear is better suited for the Bone Spear set? Maybe. Maybe. I was just testing the shit out of the Bone Spear set, so that's the first thing my mind popped to. But you can't really make the Blood Spear work with the Bone Spear set. It's obvious that it's designed for this. Like, I just don't think I found the right combination of things to make it work, is all. Like, I think there is a way to make it work, I just don't think I found it yet. I also think fundamentally I'm not very good at the blood set because I'm not used to dipping blood and bringing back the healing. Like, I'm not used to that balance. I like to sit there and spam my ability. And then sit there and generate, then sit there and spam. Like, I think that that's a problem for me. Hey Grave, how's it going, buddy? I haven't seen you for a while. Welcome to the stream, dude. Okay, I mean, it's kind of working, right? Like, it's not that bad. It's just, like, I don't think it can scale up to high grade rifts. But this, I know this set can. So, like, I'm actually trying to find things that scale on this set compared to the Pestilence set where I was like, it can't scale anyway, it's fine. You know?
I'm losing strength. Not enough.
Oh, Rift Guardians aren't that big of a deal when you have a Conduit Pylon, turns out. Who would have thought, right? So HOTS, I haven't really pushed Grifts yet. We're just experimenting with different sets. Right now I'm just experimenting with different builds. We haven't even done anything Grift-wise. I cleared 80 without any effort at all on day one, though, on Anarius.
I need to go back.
I'm gonna go solo on right now, Grave. Since we're just doing a theory crafting testing build and playing solo. Another time though, for sure. For damage, you could run Shimao's Hanari. Oh yeah, because the lower you get on health, the more you crit, right? That's true. Use a signature that heals you and is a more reliable way to gain life than Cannibalize. Okay. I was using the Cannibalize for the essence gain as well, but Blood for Blood passive gives you free casts, yeah. Yeah, do Grace of Anarius and you'll clear an 80 without any issue at all. It's like not even funny. I didn't have anything re-rolled, I didn't have any ancients, I had no gifts. Yeah, there's an 80. No big deal. Alright, so I don't actually know if I have a Hanari. A Horari or whatever it is. I'm pretty sure I don't have that cubed because, you know, like... it's a Horari. Where is it even? There it is. While below 25% life, all attacks are guaranteed critical hits. That's really cool. No, I haven't hit 80 with Trag'Ouls yet, but I know you can. There's a lot of build guides out there if you want to check it out, Grave. So, okay.
He'll put you to sleep with all of his blathering.
That could be interesting. That could be really interesting. Alright, let's re-roll our Sunstone. And our Wisdom of Kalan. Sunstone first. Sunstone's the more important one to re-roll here. Let's drop the Bite. We need a socket, please. Please give a socket in 21 re-rolls, please. Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks. Socket? No? Okay. Good talk. Miriam. See how it is, Miriam. Yeah, I think Lornell's with that chest would be really cool. I think that'd be really cool. Let's drop Traveler's Pledge. Sunstone's gonna give us the damage mitigation we need. And we can use a Hellfire until I can reroll Wisdom of Kalan. Although I don't have a spot for Bone Armor in this build anyway, so. Let's take another passive. I would cube Lornell's personally. If it's well rolled, it's awesome. It's not badly rolled. It's not badly rolled. It's almost max intelligence. It's low on the crit hit damage increase. It's low on the crit hit chance increase, but at least it's 2 of the stats we want. My Crispins is actually pretty bad. My Crispins is actually bad. I could cube Crispins. I might cube Crispins. Let me see if I have that chest piece anywhere that I could extract. I don't think I do. I don't know why I would. It's not used for most builds. Yeah, I don't. Feels bad, man. We could try gambling for it, though. Why not?
Such a brave soul. I've seen better. Do come back again.
I don't have the materials to upgrade rares either right now. I already burned them during the Pestilence stream the other day.
You look like you could use a new light. Do come back again.
Right, we're gonna keep trying to get that chest piece. For now, we're gonna use the Requiem because it gives us. If you're not familiar with that, it's actually kind of interesting. It makes it so you get double the essence and double the life back every time you devour, which is insane. Plus, when you devour and you're at the maximum at one of those 2 stats, it will give you the excess over 3 seconds, which is actually pretty cool. So, losing health mechanics is hard to balance in higher greater rifts. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that for sure. All right, let's look at what amulet we can get here. Aberrant Animator's not going to do anything for us. Rathma's Shield could be good, because it'll give us immunity. Fueled by Death is currently bugged, though that would be kind of cool. Aberrant Animator's junk. Commander of the Risen Dead, we don't need. Aberrant Animator's junk. Fueled by Death is bugged. Fueled by Death is bugged. Spreading Malediction. Free up a spot to give us anything else. Standalone, free up a spot to give us anything else. Draw life, possibly. Swift harvesting, possibly. Okay. So these are our options for a Hellfire. We could do... Oops. I just put that one back in. We do Spreading Malediction. That looks like the best overall neck piece. Draw life passive is a downgrade on damage and a decent upgrade on stats. I have not re-rolled any of these, so any of these can be re-rolled. Which is good. Yeah, actually, I think that... Ooh. Area damage isn't really a thing on this build, right? I don't feel like area damage is all that big of a thing right now on this build. I also haven't rerolled any of my pieces of gear, by the way, guys. So that's some ways we can optimize some stuff too. That one rolled really nice to start. Holy shit. Look at that. Isn't there an amulet that increases the health globe drop upon kill? Yeah, it's Shard of Life. Rakani's Shard of Life. You have single target damage. Issues not AoE malediction isn't a big help. Spreading malediction doesn't just give AoE damage, it boosts the damage of everything. 1% per target cursed. You have 20 targets cursed, it's 20% damage increase. That's pretty high. I think that's the best roll of the amulets. I was using Spreading Malediction anyway. Let's drop Spreading Malediction since we have it on our amulet. And what passive should we use instead? You think it's pretty bad? Most of the top tier builds use it. I don't think it's bad at all. Or are you talking about Rakoff's Glass of Life? Yeah, I can see that being bad. Yeah, with the Rift Guardian, it doesn't help with the Rift Guardian. That's true. That's true, Matthew. It doesn't help with the Rift Guardian. But it helps you get to that Rift Guardian a whole lot quicker. And that's not always true. A lot of Rift Guardians summon ads. And if you find a Rift Guardian that summons ads, you suddenly have a big damage boost. I think the extra one we probably use is Blood for Blood, right? Or maybe Life from Death to get all those orbs. Maybe both of them. We could drop Serration. 20% damage though. We'd have a ton of corpses if we did this, or a ton of orbs if we did this one. I'm going to drop Esoteric, and I'm going to take Powerful instead. I don't think we need Stricken. I think we'll do Zaze. I think this will work out better. And then the cube, I believe I have Unity still, yeah. Okay. You guys think instead of using Bone Spikes for the generation, we should go with a self-healing thing? Sure. Let's try it out. Worst case scenario, it doesn't work, right? You think Draw Life passive is good? Instead of Life from Death? I'm going to try out Life for Death, but we'll try out the Draw Life passive if it doesn't work.
I wish you luck.
Oops. I put autocast on the wrong thing. Shit.
My essence is too low.
I was autocasting my curse instead of my fucking devour. My bad, team. My bad. I was like, something's going on. This isn't working.
I'm not enough health.
It doesn't seem to heal you for that much, honestly.
I grow weak.
Like, that's not that much healing.
My health is restored.
I don't know what I think about the Draw Life passive. Or Siphon Blood fuck, primary. Words are hard right now, okay? Words are hard, team.
Not enough health. All must serve the cycle.
You gotta remember that the percentage bonus from Spreading Malediction also scales with your 3000% damage bonus from your 6-piece. Yeah, we could try Funerary Pick instead. If we're doing that, though, I might as well switch to a Blood Nova build.
My health is restored.
And then do Blood Tide Blade in the background. which is something we can try out. Just not what I was wanting to try out right now. Oops.
You will make a fine corpse.
So did you notice there, the first Blood Spear I cast on them didn't do very much damage. Then I cast Spreading Malediction on a few targets and one-shotted them. Just throwing that out there.
Weakness consumes you.
Also, the curse is needed for my Dainty's bindings. So.
I'm losing strength.
So it's not like we can drop the curse anyway. Might as well get some benefit out of it. Oh yeah, that's good essence. That's good essence back, even if it's not great self-healing.
I am injured. I need healing. The grave beckons.
This seems to be working okay, actually. I think the Lornal Sunstone is the piece that we were missing before, honestly. I feel like that's made a big difference for us. I'd be interested in seeing if I could ever find a Brig's Wrath. That'd be an interesting combination with this too. Grouping them all up with a curse and then bursting them down with Blood Nova.
Do not fear the end.
I have a Reaper's Wraps on. I should go with the Bloodsucker thing, huh? Oh, that's a good idea, I think. Hold on. Hold on. Bloodsucker. Nice. Then we just go boonk and suck in the globes. Cool. Cool. We're getting it.
Heal me. Not enough health.
Yeah, I think that the chest piece, the Shuri's Mirai or whatever it is, would be really insanely good for this. That critical hit chance would be great. And it's not that big of a deal losing the extra essence and healing if you're just wanting to stay at low health anyway, instead of wanting to top off all the time.
I'm on the mend. I must heal.
Because I don't think we're essence starved at all, honestly. On Rift Guardians we might be, though. I don't think we will be, though. I think we'll be just fine on Rift Guardians, too.
That needs to recharge. I'm losing strength. Weakness consumes you.
Take that, you queen!
Draw life is an extra 10% per enemy of life regen. Okay, so that might be worth it. With Lorinels, you don't really need Esoteric. Yeah, I agree with that. Just going back and reading the things you guys said. Sorry. Just realized I hadn't read any of it, so I figured I should probably do that.
Your death nears. I need aid.
These creatures won't
Oh, there's
go
two
down
elites here.
easily.
Let's just kill them. One of them was a juggernaut, which was probably the issue there, apparently.
Healed.
Alright, cool. What's the easiest way to get 6 pieces at level 70? Using the upgrade rare function of Kunai's Cube is the easiest way. And then after that, running T13s in a party. Make sure you can clear a greater of 70 so you can run T13s in publics, and then do that after you upgrade as many rares as you can. Alright. Exit's down here.
My bag is full.
Oh, I still have all those hellfires in there. My bad.
A well-deserved death.
My
Alright.
bag is full.
Just got to 70. Is it your first character at 70, or do you have stuff to use Kunai's Cube with? If it's your first character, it's gonna be a different deal.
Restored. I am overburdened. My wounds are deep. Not enough health. You make a fine corpse.
The Rift Guardian has arrived.
Who's a Rift Guardian? Vesusius? The new guy.
My wounds
Let's bring him down here. I'd rather fight him in a flat area. My auto cast got clicked off because I accidentally clicked off the window.
I'm losing strength. Not enough health. Heal me. Healed.
That's not too bad.
My bag is
Considering I accidentally canceled my auto cast on my my Devour by clicking off on a side window. I think that was fine.
I am returning to town.
Maybe a blood room for revive so you can have zombie minions. That sounds pretty cool. DPS isn't your issue. Siphon blood is hardly used. Yeah. Yeah, switch to it, you guys' suggestion. But health regen gem is really good with this build. Oh yeah, I bet. Molten Wildebeest Gizzard. Yeah, I can see that. I could see that. We could try that out. That sounds good. I think that might be better than the one I have. Yeah, Gary, if it works that way, that would be amazing. I don't know if it actually would, though. Because, for instance, like the bone armor doesn't regenerate any more life when it should. Health regen. So you're talking Molten Wildebeest Gizzard for the health regen build. The life per second gem. Okay, so let's drop Powerful and let's grab that instead. I think that's a great idea. And then we have a real reason to take Draw Life, honestly. Yeah, then we have a reason to take Draw Life. We could drop Shadow Hook. Honestly, Trag'Ouls will give us more damage than Shadow Hook will anyway, because we're not using Bone Spikes. But as I say, we could drop Shadow Hook. We could switch over to Funerary Pick, but let's try that. I think the Life Regen thing was a very good idea. And we could drop Overwhelming Essence for Draw Life that way. That way, if things do jump on us, we'll regen lots of life back. Gives a nice ebb and flow there. How are our Death Breaths? Are we getting one more regular Rift and then we can start doing Graders, probably. Helm that revives that super minion. Oh, that's a good idea. Okay. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this T13 run, then we're gonna do a single Greater Rift run with this build, and then we're gonna try out like a pet build, because I think that sounds really fun. Alright, we're already at 100 bonus health. That's cool. That's the thing I like about the Cannibalize. It gets you up to that bonus health real quick. Like, instantaneously, really. Alright, let's try to find an elite here. There's one.
Rip these brutes to shreds.
Why am I not doing any damage? Like, I'm literally doing no damage. What the hell? Oh, because of his armor. Because of the type of elite he is. Duh. I forgot about that. Okay. Well, that's rather annoying, isn't it? That fucking elite. That fucking elite.
I need aid. Do not fear the end. I need healing. I must heal.
Oh, I was standing on Desecration. My bad. I was like, what? What happened? Herp derp. Herpa derpa durdle. Derpa durdle. The only problem with the Cursed Fang is that if I forget to curse something, then I really don't get anything for damage. Then the question is, the super minion worth sacrificing 15 other minions? In no land dead, he could summon at least 2/3 buff super minions. Is that enough damage? I don't know. I'm not sure. You might be lagging. I did up my bitrate though. Let me check if I'm dropping any frames. Hold on just 1 second. I might be dropping frames. Let me check. No, I'm not dropping any frames. Try turning down your quality. Let me actually adjust my ingestion settings as well. We'll drop the 60 FPS. We'll drop down to 30 and see if that helps. Try dropping your quality to 720 and reloading. If it continues to lag, let me know. I did play with some settings today on OBS, so it might be that I fucked something up. It's entirely possible. You're the first person to mention it, but if that's the case, I definitely want to know, you know? Yeah, I'm seeing some lag too. I'm seeing a lot of lag. Is anyone else seeing real bad lag? Okay, cool. Let me restart my OBS, guys, real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. See if this works for you. Nope, it's looking pretty bad. It's looking pretty fucking bad, team. Is it better? Okay. It looked bad on my end, but still lag. Yeah, that's what it's looking like on my end too. Let's try reloading your page, Royals Wed. See if that fixes. That's a bummer. Guess I shouldn't have fucked with settings. Should know better. Alright guys, what we're going to do is I'm going to schedule a new live event. I'm just going to restart the stream under a second title. So tune back in. We'll be back in like 5 minutes, okay? But yeah, look for it in about 5 minutes. I'll get it all restarted and see if that helps. So, my apologies, guys.